Hi, everybody. Welcome to the live. I am retwisting my hair. I'm gonna give a quick tutorial on how to reinstall the locks if they fall out. And I'm doing some waxing for under here. And I'm gonna talk to you step by step on how to do it. I have extensions. This is my real hair. Hold on. Yeah. This is my real hair. The rest is extensions. Let me just measure them. They about both the same, so it don't even matter where I put them. At the end of the extension, you're gonna wanna have, at the end of the hair, you're gonna have some loose hair because it's easier to attach the extension. This part is real. Well, it's all human hair. You should not do lock extensions without human hair because I don't know who's using synthetic hair for some hair that you're gonna keep in your hair. Right now, oh wait, my wax is melted. So I got a wax pot. My wax is melted already. It's a couple beads in there that's not melted. But I'm gonna wax my chin hairs because I am so tired of these hairs. It's not okay. It's difficult. It's not for this part. I made these extensions myself with some 4C human hair on Amazon. You can go get some. So you just take the hair, put it in this piece. I had these locks for maybe like a year, and I just take care of them, all of it like it's my real hair. If they ever fall out, I just reattach them. Like, I ever seen those videos where people will be doing somebody locks and they locks is like falling out, thinning and all types of stuff, and they like cut them off and reattach them. It's like basically the same principle. And you just go in and out and weave and twist the lock. And then when it's done, it's gonna look like it was all the way. It never fell out. It's gonna look like it never fell out. My hair's still wet, but you should also, let's get in there, but you should also not do your locks dry. I'm gonna show you the products that I use. And we can get into it from there. At some point, I am gonna cut the extensions off when it's long enough. Hello. I am gonna cut the extensions off when it's long enough, but I got a husband, so I did not wanna go through no ugly phase. I did not wanna be out here looking crazy with no stubs. Hello. Okay, so there we go. It never fit, like it never was off. Now I'm gonna do the second one, which is this one. And just kind of put it in the middle. Take the piece and then like work the hairs around it so that they stick to it. And that it's stuck. And that's it. But before I start my retwist, I'm going to wax my facial hairs off. There's multiple ways to remove facial hairs. Like, I don't care what nobody say, my husband already know I got them, so that part. And he love them, so. But, yeah, to remove the facial hair, some people, dermaplane. That's like where you get this razor and you like shave the hairs off your face. But I don't want to shave my face, you know. Like, so I'm good on that. I just will do this instead. Oh, I got a cramp in my hand. I will just wax the hairs off instead because I don't got time to be accidentally getting cut. I don't got time for them to be growing back thicker, quicker, all of that. Like, sometimes you do get ingrown hairs if you got really, really curly hairs. But the face hairs is not so bad. So what's on here? It might not be looking like the best, but it's there. It's on there. Let me see. It look good. It's fine. So let me put this up here. First, you gotta prep the face skin for this. And let me wash my hands real quick because I was just playing in my hair. This is the pot that I'm using. I got this from Amazon. It's all melted in there. It comes with like sticks like this. The two sprays, one is to prep before and one is for after. Let me see. This one's after, this one before. When you wax, you gotta wear something that also got my handy dandy camera. And I need a flashlight. So I can see where oh my goodness, I almost went blind. Wow. Oh my goodness, I literally almost went blind. I can't even see. Ooh, the light is crazy. Wow. Okay. I can't even see right now. That was crazy. Whoa. Okay. I can't even see. Oh, man, that was crazy. The light was woo. Let's see his light. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay. that's good, because now I can see all the hairs. It's terrible. Maybe like 1 or 2 hairs here and there, but that ain't right. Let me prep the skin real quick. And then it just look like it be pimples there, but don't be hairs. I gotta get it together. These ones is for like eyebrows. This one is for like longer, bigger areas like your leg or something. But I'm about to do this one right here. Wow. Now when you apply, you're supposed to, here I'm gonna show you. When you apply, okay, I might need some more wax beads because I don't know if this is gonna work. You spin it around so that it doesn't drip. You blob it on. You gotta be careful because this is a vertical. You basically using a vertical surface. It'll fall on your clothes. You gotta be careful. And you basically scrape it across. Try to let the flyaways get stuck. Got our first feast on. It's gonna get crazy. Oh my god, this is about to hurt. You let it cool off and you pull the opposite direction of the hair growth so that you can ensure you press down on it so it gets all the way to the cuticle where the hair is growing, and it'll rip it out. Now, because I am not using this kit on other people, I'm only using it on myself, I can double dip. But this is why I don't go to the nail salon to get nothing waxed or nothing like that, because you don't know if they double dipped the stick. Because when you dealing with hairs and skin, it's similar to like body fluid, you know? If you pull this and then it rips some of your skin off and then somebody dip back in there and go and put it back on, it's contaminated. You know, it's basically contaminated whether it's blood contact or not. So I'm just gonna pour some more in here because I'm gonna need some more of this. I thought that was gonna be a lot. So this is hard wax. It comes in beads like this. They melt easier, honestly. The cleanup is super easy also. I'm gonna have to wait a couple more minutes. Let me see if I can get that in there good. Dang, I should have used all of this first because now I gotta wait for it all to melt, so. Yeah. And you hold it, and you pull, and you pull. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. Them hairs is in there. Oh wait, let me turn it sideways. You can see the hairs a little bit. But you could see it more like this, honestly. Can you see? The hairs on there. See, ain't nobody got time for that. I ain't got it to do back, but I got to get them hairs off. Smooth, okay? That's what I'm going for, a smooth jawline, okay? And nobody got time. And I have like a hair or two and a place or two that's like super weird. And I got a spot under here I'm gonna really have to get into. But now I gotta wait for this to melt again. I don't know why I did that. I do not know why I did that. But this is the end result. So maybe if I put the light on this, can you see it better? Nope, it's harder to see it. Yeah, but it's good though. I do it underneath my neck. You can see it be spots there, but those it look like spots, but they hairs. I'm about to get them because they not finna antagonize my life any further. I wish I could just pull them out when I see them coming, but that's not always the case. So okay, I was able to get, okay, I was able to get another little piece. Okay, you gotta keep this moving because if you don't, it will dry and fall. Okay, you gotta create like a little lip. They call it a lip where you can pull this up easily, you know? And you wanna try to make sure the flyaways is gone so that you can pull, so that it don't get on your clothes or nothing. I think last time I waxed this stuff got on my clothes, I was like, yuck. No, I probably can't see it. But it is there. It's there. Once that get hard, I'm gonna pull it off. I'm gonna do a tutorial of this style in my hair that I'm gonna do today. It's called the petal. I'm thinking about doing it. I'm probably gonna do it honestly, but I don't want to use all my rubber bands, but I'm probably going to. Okay, so now that I got that done, I'm gonna pull this down. The hair growth is this way. I'm going to pull it the opposite way of the hair growth. Okay, yeah, that was good. It got, I don't know if you can see it or not. Can you see it? The hairs on here. It got them. Yeah, because that'd be a little problem area under the neck. Nobody got time for that. I'm sorry. Okay. Let me get it. Okay, this side is horrendous. I'm not even gonna lie. This side is diabolical, okay? I know y'all can see that. That is horrendous right there. All of them hairs. It's like a cabbage patch down there. So, okay, melt it more. Gotta stir it. And try to get it out. Okay. Maybe that's too much. Let me see. Okay, gotta see pre-plan where you're gonna put it. I'm gonna put it here. Flop and push, push. It gets sticky real quick. If you ever been to European Wax Center, they'll use like powder or something to make it go quicker, but I'm not really in no hurry. Only thing I'm gonna do is go to the gym today and cook for my husband and my kids, and that's it. I don't really have nothing going on. Hello, Esther. How are you? It's been a while, Esther. Esther was my favorite queen in the Bible. So now I'm just letting that go. Wonder if I got that hair up there. Nope. See, I'm gonna have to. And with the hard wax, one thing I'm gonna say is you can go over an area that you've already done. Sometimes with the soft, well, not sometimes, with the soft wax, you cannot redo an area. Once you use the soft wax is the wax with the strips. When you use the wax with the strips, you can only go over the area one time. My hair dripping. You can only go over the area one time, and then after that, you have to tweeze it out, because if you go over it again, it'll remove the skin. So if you have if you have sensitive skin, the hard wax is better. Now you gotta pull from this side, pick. Whoa, a little piece came off. Okay, it's getting serious. Sometimes it's gonna fall off in little pieces, but it's gonna get the job done. Oh my goodness, it came off. Okay. Like this area, I'm gonna reapply because it was a rim test. It really was. I gotta do this whole side, like right all the way down there. I know it's deep. But you can get these kits off Amazon. I think I paid like 40 bucks, not even. And then after your beads run out, all you gotta do is just repurchase like hard wax. Any hard wax will work. So don't feel like pressured to have to get, okay, this a big glob, okay. And you gotta move quick with it too, cause look, it's already acting up. There's some got on my clothes, I think. Oh, I just dodged it. I just dodged it getting on my clothes, yo. Just literally just dodged it. It was a string that was on there and I took it off. Thank God. Cause don't nobody got time. Now I got a hardwood table. It's not gonna stick on my hardwood table. It's gonna come right off. But them clothes, it's gonna stick on them clothes though. I'm gonna tell you that now. It's done for the clothes. If you get it on the clothes, I don't even know how to take the wax off. So like the wax will come off the skin. It'll come off a table. But it's gonna stick on the clothes. This time I got a thicker part over here to where you want to make it thick enough to where it don't break. Where it just don't break. I don't know about this. I might pluck this because I don't got time to get nothing on my clothes. Yeah, there's a couple things in here that could be plucked. And I could just get a tweezers and just pluck them. I think I got some. Hold on. Yeah, I was in here. I need to be like a hair or two poking out from somewhere. Maybe I'll just pluck them later because I don't have time for this. Okay. Okay, it's getting serious. Okay, it's getting real. Oh, okay. You know, that's why you gotta pull the skin. Technically, you could pull from any direction when you got the hard wax, but when you got the soft wax and the strips, you gotta pull the opposite direction of the hair growth. But anytime you're doing a wax, it's better to pull, oh my goodness, opposite direction of the hair growth. Oh, I don't want to start so bad. I can't do it. I can't do it. It hurts so bad. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine if I didn't pull it off and just stayed like this all day? That's crazy. Oh my goodness, I just need a minute. Just need a minute. This is so, okay. I got this, I got this. Also, the bigger the pieces, the more painful, okay? Yes, I did it. And some of them came off, some of them didn't. I gotta go back over it. When you're applying it, I'm just about to apply right over this again. Because this is too thin, I can't even pull that off. You see that wax? I can't even pull that off, so it's too thin. I need to reapply over it. You can reapply over the pieces that are not cooperating. You want to try to have one side with wax on it and the other side without a glob of wax, because okay, I'm going. Oh, look at that. Oh. I'm extra, so I'm taking another scoop to get that one spot right there. You see, oh my goodness. Get that covered up too. Hi, Angel, how are you? I'm just doing my maintenance, my hair maintenance, including hair removal and my locks. I gotta do my locks. Nice to see you. Thank you for supporting me. Appreciate it. And hold tight. All right, that wax is not done. Or maybe it was no hairs to pull right there. Okay. Ouch. Okay, I got a chunk out. That didn't even work. Okay, it got the hairs that I didn't get last time. Like, some of the hairs are stubborn anyways. You're gonna have to pluck them anyway, so. Hi. Like this right here is stubborn. But if you look back, you can see the difference in my neck. Like, that's a hair. That's why it's a dark spot right there. Because it's a hair. Let me pull this back and go like this and get this off my neck once and for all. Because it's this one spot that my neck just grow hair at. And it's that spot right there. Right there is where it be at. You can do multiple pieces at a time if you wish. You just gotta be ready to pull them off, that's all. Sometimes your bead might be too big. You can take it and make it smaller. Let me just see. I done bunched up the skin. It's definitely getting hot. It's definitely getting hot. My goodness. Let me give it a second. Okay. And this one gonna be tough because I accidentally connected them. Did I get them? Yes, I got them. It's a little painful, but it's not that bad. It's worse if you have a lot of hair and it's long. You need to do it when your hairs are short. Don't do it when you got a lot of hair and it's long. Don't do it because then it's gonna hurt more. It's like 1/4 of an inch of hair is the perfect length to wax it. Any longer than that, it's gonna hurt more, and then it's not gonna get it from the follicle. Like the root, it's not gonna get it from there. It's gonna break it off. If it's too long, it's gonna break it off, and it's gonna break it off, and it's gonna grow back quicker, you know. I do the waxing because I feel like the waxing lasts longer than anything else. When you're applying the wax, you gotta pull the skin and then apply it so that it can get through there. Let's see. Mess around and get a little piece of my real hair on my head in here. So this is like this piece right here that I'm gonna do. Anything else, I'm just gonna pluck it, you know. I might hit my chin again because the chin here, I ain't gonna lie, that chin here be tough. It'd be super tough. So let me move this light because it's like blinding. So I got some hair in here. It's better than what it was. This side don't go up that much. It's like a little bit right here. Like I could hit a strip right here. Okay, this one is tough. Be quick. Be quick and nimble. Maybe I should do this side because I got the moles on it. Let me see. I got like one hair right there, so I hit it. I just hit it with the wax. One hair is gonna come out. I got like a couple hairs right here. I'm gonna have to do this whole chin part right here, but I got a mole right here. And you should never wax over your moles. Like, I don't know if you can see my mole. You can see my mole right there. I got a mole. You shouldn't wax over those. Even though hair is gonna grow out of them, you cut that with scissors. You don't put wax on your mole because it could change the composition of the mole. I went to school for this kind of stuff. That's how I know. And I got a pimple right there. Ew. I had to get it. It was crazy looking, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to get it. Hey, Black Tea. Girl, I am in here doing this maintenance finally. I said, I'm gonna sit down. I just can't even take this nap head no more. I got to sit it down and I got to do something about it. So I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm gonna just sit down. Because it's getting really ridiculous, you know? Hair looking crazy. And then plus, like, I'm not gonna pay nobody to do my hair because I paid all that money to go to school to be a cosmetologist. So why would I pay somebody to do something that I can very well do? You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, I was watching some videos and I had seen some people that Girl, they lost their hair. I was like, oh my goodness, what is y'all gonna do? Y'all better throw on y'all good old wig. Because, you know, like, some people don't know, like, I feel like it's only certain stuff that you really gonna learn in school, honestly. You gonna learn the proper sanitation for stuff, and you're going to learn what not to do. That's what you're gonna learn. And when you pay for school. So, when you in hair school, they basically teach you that all all chemicals are to be done basically as retouches or virgin. That's it. You should not overlap chemicals. For like example, if you got bleach on your hair, you cannot put a relaxer on your hair. You can only put relaxer on virgin hair or new growth, or yeah, virgin hair or new growth. So like when you see people and they do their own relaxers at home, right? And they notice, first of all, the relaxers that you buy at the store and the relaxers that you buy professionally are different. The one at the store has a calcium buildup, and that's why when you do your relaxer at home, you feel like you need to put it on the ends too, because it's not as straight as it was. It feel like it's like frizzy or something, but that's because of the type of relaxer it is. It's like a calcium, it's like a sodium calcium something. But the one that the professionals use don't have the buildup component of the relaxer, and only professionals can buy it. So that's why. And they don't tell people that at the, you know what I'm saying? They don't tell you that at the store. Like, listen, if you want to go, that's why your relaxer is different when you go to the salon and when you get it from the store. Because it's two different chemicals, two different chemical compounds. They achieved a similar goal, but the relaxer and that the professional can use achieves a better result, you know, and it's longer lasting too. Like you, when you dealing with that professional relaxer, you cannot overlap at all. Your hair will break right away. Like it'll really break right away. So they have, and then like people don't know too that they have things. Oh yes, gotcha. And people don't know too that they have like bonding, like protective bonds for your previous relaxed hair. When you if you is doing your own relaxer, you can put the bonding protecting bonding on the hair that's previously relaxed, just in case you do overlap. So it's little stuff like that that you learn at school, you know what I'm saying? Like the box dyes at the store, you're not supposed to overlap those either. You ever seen somebody with that get a box color and their hair just start looking thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner over time? It's because they overlap the color. So like in school, they teach you, instead of overlapping the color, because the box dye is a permanent color. They have something that they call semi and demi-permanent color. So it's not, it's a chemical, but it's not as strong as a chemical as, hold on, I gotta get this good. Hold on. Okay. And I am avoiding my mole because you don't want to get no, you don't want to get no wax on the mold. You don't ever wax your moles, never. You just cut the hairs off of there because it could change the compound of the mold. But yeah, you don't when you get a box relaxer, your box color from the store, right? The first time you do the color, you could do it over your whole head. And they teach you the actual process of how to do it correctly. Let me get this part too real quick. They teach you how to do the process correctly so that you don't have a mishap with the color. So like sometimes people will, when they doing a box color or when they doing a bleach on virgin hair, they will bleach the root first and then the ends. And you ever seen somebody with some real hot, they call them hot roots. Their roots is lighter than the rest of their hair. That's because they have virgin hair and didn't apply it correctly. So when you're doing a virgin, anything virgin, virgin color, that's permanent, virgin relaxer, those are permanent chemical services. You're supposed to do your ends first because there's a heat. Your head near your roots is hot. Anything with heat will help speed up a process. So if you do it on your roots first, they're gonna cook. They're gonna cook like it's gonna work faster than your ends because it's close to a heat source, which is your body. So it'd be like little stuff that they teach you, like if you get a box color. I was saying, if you get a box color, and and it's virgin, the next time that you do the color, you only supposed to touch the roots. You're not supposed to do the rest of the color. Even if the color is faded, you can go and buy a semi or demi permanent color to refresh the color, not put the box dye back on the hair that's already been previously box dye. You're not supposed to do that. But they don't tell you stuff like that. Well, they'll tell you on the box of the dye, only do the retouch. But people just don't know that when you need to refresh your ends, that you're supposed to use a semi-permanent color. They don't know that. You can get those from the beauty supply store. You can get the box colors from the beauty supply store, you know. But they don't really be telling people that, which is like a thing that you learn in school, basically. And this is why people think, oh, when I go to the when I go to the shop, my hair it grow better and stuff like that. It's just, and it's not that it do grow better because he or she know the things that they should and shouldn't do to your hair that you don't know. And then at the shop, they don't tell you either. They make it so that, hey, if you try to play with your own hair, it's going to fall out. They're going to let it fall out. It's raggedy to be a hairstylist. I ain't going to lie. Like, I was telling you before, like, I was working with this one lady. She was so mean. And she was, like, raggedy like that. Like, let people go and didn't want to tell them all the information that they needed to know so they could keep their hair and stuff. I was like, girl, I am not even this kind of beautician. I'm old school, hunty, okay? I'm going to tell you what not to do. And then you can know that you could trust me in the event that you do it after I told you not to do it. Then you know that that's why. Because you didn't listen. But yeah, like I told you before, I used to live in Florida, so that's where I originally got my license. It's kind of easier, and I would say Florida is one of the easiest places to get your license. Then I had moved to Connecticut, and I got my license here too. But I had to go back to school for another 500 hours, and I didn't have to take the test again because I already had a license. But I had to go back to school for another 500 hours and pay for that. I was like, And then in Florida, too, it's better because in Florida, they let you do hair, skin, and nails. But in Connecticut, they so thirsty for all this money and stuff. They not playing with you. They only gonna let you do hair. That's it. Even though we took the test to do skin and nails and stuff. But I chose hair more importantly. I went to a little bit of school, to do to specialize in like nails and no, I didn't go to school to specialize in nails, but I went to school to specialize in esthetician work and stuff like that. But I was like, I ain't got time for this. And I was like, I ain't never had the best skin anyway. So I'm not getting into that, trying to tell nobody how their skin should look. My skin is not busting, okay? So I was like, let me just stick to this little hair or whatever. And that's what I did. I just stuck to the hair. See how it don't look like them dots anymore? I got a little dot right there. It's a blemish. But it was dotted down. It's not really, oh wait, let's see. You don't see the dots that much no more because the hairs is gone now. And then I'm going to just clean this off. Like all of this, I'm going to just clean all of this off. If I could peel it a little bit off, I will. But other than that, I got this spray that I'm going to just peel it off. But like, yeah, don't be at the Chinese spot letting them double dip on your, don't be letting them double dip on your eyebrows and stuff. Learn how to do them at home. It'll save you some money. It'll be worth it too. But yeah, Dan too. I don't know. It's tricky out here now because I be watching these videos about hairstylists and stuff, and they be a hot mess. Like, they'll make you pay deposits and all of this to come. Don't want to do your hair, want to rob you for your deposit. I was like, you know what? I ain't got to work. I ain't working. I'm good. I'll pass. I will pass. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be dealing with customers and all of this crap because some of the customers be a trip too. Some of them will be a trip too. All right, let me get this one last little piece. Did I get that one right there? Yeah, some customers is a trip too, and I don't got time. I don't got time. Some of them don't know how to sit in a chair the right way and all of this. Then want to be upset if they hair messed up. Like, girl, you got the one. I'm good on you, hunty. Okay. You're going to miss my baby. You're going to have to. Am I getting that again? I think I should. Oh, no, that's a piece of what you call it. Okay. And I feel like we all right now. I think I'm probably going to hit this one a little. You see, I got like a little spot where it was bleeding a little bit. But see, that's why I use my own pot. I could double dip in my own stuff. And my little friend online, Jamimi. Shout out to Jamimi. Shout out to Black Tea. Shout out to Expat Xavier and Lydia. Shout out to Angel, the village. Thank y'all guys so much for supporting me. On Xavier Live today, he said something that I found to be quite important about how people want to come to America and stuff, not realizing it's expensive. It is. It's expensive to live here. It's not worth what people think it is. A lot of people in America want to get out of here. A lot of people want to get out of here. A lot of people want to go and live off the grid where they don't have to pay an electricity bill because this is not it, hunty. This is not the situation that's ideal. Not in my opinion. I'm trying to go find some land somewhere in the middle of nowhere because the city is overrated. It's just overrated. Like, I'm originally from the state of New York. I done lived in Texas. I done lived in New Jersey, Connecticut, South Carolina, North Carolina. The southern states are a little less expensive. But the more popular areas, like California, I never moved there because I don't like the policies there. And then you got to remember too, every place is different in America. Every state is different. Nothing is the same in all the states. Like nothing, everything is different. Taxes is different. You know, you got to really look around each state to see which one you want to live in because it's like 50 different countries basically in one country. Everything's different. I thought Texas was all right, but it's hot, honey. And I'm from the cold, baby. I can't be hot like that. They was toasty toes in Texas. You feel me? I was like, I can't stay here forever, baby. And to be having tornadoes, That's another thing too. You gotta watch the weather in places too, cause the weather be something to think about too, like. And then some places got the audacity to be expensive and have terrible weather or disaster warnings and stuff too. Listen, I'm good. I'm good. Zay was definitely on point when he was like, you can live better other places, and you can. You sure can. Okay, I got it. Yeah, you can live better in other countries with the American dollar. So my little friend, like I was saying too, my little friend Jamimi, my little YouTube friend Jamimi, which I appreciate her comment. Her commentary and her post and stuff. But she had a video. Okay, I'm about to wipe all of this off now. She had a little video. I'm just peeling whatever I can off. But she had a little video where she was talking about going to vote and stuff. And yeah, I agree. You should definitely go vote because like she said, even if it don't affect you directly, which as long as you pay taxes, no matter what's going on in the country, it affects you because you're footing the bill. You know what I'm saying? Like you're footing the bill for stuff. I know some people. I want to say I wonder what apolitical means, but I know what asexual means. So I'm assuming that apolitical is the same thing. Like I'm not on either side, but I look at things that make sense. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you just know stuff that makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. It is what it is. Too bad whatever the other person think don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to like the illegal immigrants and stuff like that, like I definitely have a sympathy for their situation. But the thing that I notice is they don't have a sympathy for our country's situation, you know? So in our country, there are people like homeless veterans that are outside, homeless old people outside because they don't make enough. Just imagine if your Social Security check every month was like $800 and rent out here is over $1,000. How are you living? Where do you live? You know what I'm saying? Like people don't consider stuff like that. They just think like, sometimes they just think, oh, well, somebody need help and they coming from a country where they poor and they starving and stuff like that, that they're entitled to the help, not considering the people that are already in our own country starving and need help and stuff like that too, you know? And like the fact that if we break the law here as American citizens, we are going to jail. Even if your kid's in the back seat of that car that you broke the law in, you're going to jail and they're calling the state to come pick up your kid. You will not get your kid back because you broke the law while you was with your kids. So the law is quite sticky here. Like it's not a game. And so like if you cross the border illegally, you are technically breaking the law. And I think a lot of people are really overlooking that part of the fairness in that whole situation as an American citizen where we pay taxes here. If we break the law, we go to jail. We could also be separated from our children because we break the law. And like, I don't know, some people that come here that don't pay taxes get to break the law and receive financial assistance is kind of wild to me, you know? So I be thinking about that when I hear people say, you know, oh, they're trying to deport people. Well, why are you in, hold on. I also look at the situation like, why are you in a position where you can be deported? You know what I'm saying? Why are you somewhere in another country breaking a law where you can even be deported? You shouldn't even be in a position. Then the accountability for their behavior with their children is not taken into into account either. So like, this is the after spray to remove the residue. But the accountability, like for instance, there's no way that I'm taking my children and traveling for hundreds of miles to get to a border that I am not supposed to be at illegally. You know what I'm saying? Like there is a way to get into the country on asylum. You don't just show up. You know what I'm saying? Like there's other places in the world that if you show up at their border illegally, they will kill you and no one's going to say anything to them about it. You know what I'm saying? But there's no way I'm taking my children to a place where we're not supposed to be illegally and expect to be able to keep them with me the entire time and get financial support. Like, no, that just doesn't even make sense. I don't even want to pay for nothing like that as an American citizen. I'm just being honest, because our our bills here is outrageous. I want the rent to go down. A 3-bedroom in Connecticut, in the city I live in, that's like an hour away from New York City, is $2,750. $2,750 to live in this fucking city without a parking spot for my new truck. I'm sick, okay? And I'm paying it. And I'm paying it, yo. I don't get food stamps or none of that. And I'm like, yo, why does somebody that does not, I mean, I'd rather somebody that pay the taxes for the food stamps get the food stamps versus somebody that is here illegally to get the food stamps. That's not even right, because even if you got money here, it's still expensive as heck to live here. This is not fun. Like, it's not fun. Like, it's really not fun. I gotta get this one piece right there. Bow. Gotcha. Yeah, it's not fun to live here. It's expensive to live here. Like, and then, like, some people don't consider too, like, you might be able to come here and make a lot of money, but as soon as you make that money, I promise you, our government is gonna make sure to take it all. They about to make sure that they can get it all right back from you. I promise you, that's how they move. They'll give you a job. They'll give you a job. And they'll make sure you can afford some stuff. But as much as you work, you're going to pay all of that money back to the landlord, to the grocery store, to your car note. The insurance here is like, yo, it's so annoying. The cost to live here is outrageous to me. So I 100% agree with Zay on that. Because, and then you got to consider too. Oh, hey, Flora. Thank you so much. Then you got to consider too, if too many people come here and they don't have jobs, they're going to overflow the system, and it's going to be hard for people who need the help to get it because it's going to be overflowed. So, like, the money is not free here. It definitely come with a cost. Like, the money here is not free at all. It takes your peace away. It takes your time, most importantly. Like, that's the thing it take the most. It take your time away the most. All right, let me see. So I think this one's first. Yeah, it definitely will take your time away. You won't have time to do nothing. All you will do is work, go home, pay bills, wake up, go to work again, eat, sleep. That's it. It's like eat, sleep, work, pay bills, and then do it all again. Like I seen this like short where it was like people was on like a rat race. It was like a rat race. People was like waking up, going to work, getting old, getting sick, and then dying, which was crazy. And that's another thing too. Like, the food here is not the same as the food in other places. Like, the food is not the same. The healthy food, the good food is expensive. The food that's trash, that'll kill you quick, is cheap. Okay, that one was good. I got that one. It's cheap. So they will do you like that. Bye. Okay. Yeah, they'll do you like that here. Like in places like Germany, they do not allow American companies to go over there and poison their people. They don't allow it. You can only have certain things. They don't allow certain things in the food that they allow in the food here. That's one thing to consider. The food is different in different places too. So like, I know like I'll be watching the vlogs of people in Kenya and all I see is like fresh food, good food, healthy food. You know what I'm saying? I be seeing beans, a lot of greens, good stuff. Here, they want an arm and a leg for everything that's healthy. Makes you think, you know what I'm saying? That's why I would definitely be one of those people to the end that say the government trying to kill you because they the only ones that's in control of what foods can be, what chemicals and stuff can be put into foods. And they're gonna make sure, oh wait, let me take that down. And they're gonna make sure that they put whatever they want in the food to make you addicted to the food and stuff like that. Stuff like that goes on here. Like it's stuff like that goes on here. Okay, so y'all can see my little crunchy locks right now. It's giving crunchy. Okay, some things it's toasty, baby. I'm about to unplug this and start working on them locks because, baby, they've been going through it. They ain't been touched in a minute. I think in like a month. So that's what I use on my locks. It's a little, it's like 15, 20 bucks for this. But the jar do last, I'm not gonna lie. The jar do be lasting. I gotta get my comb real quick. My comb. And plus, like, I be seeing some of y'all houses in Africa. Y'all got some nice houses. Nice, clean, new looking modern houses. Like, y'all not missing nothing but expensive prices over here. That's all you're missing. Y'all might, you may even get a smaller wage to work, like to get paid, but the cost of living is smaller also. So it kind of like evens out. Here, I ain't got it to do here. Like that's why I'm trying to get in the mountains somewhere and go chill, you know, with my family, and that's it. I ain't trying to do too much. Like, I don't, like, to really be comfortable, you have to have, like, you have to, and then it's like different levels of comfort too. Because I would say, like, the average people make like 30,000, 30 to 50,000. Then the next bracket is like 100,000 and up. Then it's like a million, that like a half a million to $1 million. And each level, you can't even say, hello. Each level, you can't even say, okay, if you make $50,000, you can't live comfortable. Oh, my day's going good. If you make $50,000, you can't be comfortable. That's only dependent on where you live in the country. So you have to keep looking around for where it is that you actually want to live, because depending on where you live, depending on how far your money gonna go too. Oh, I'm good. How are you? Depending on how far your money gonna go, because in New York City, 100,000 is not going nowhere quickly. It's going nowhere fast. Like 100,000 in New York City, 50,000, you can't even afford. If you make only $50,000 a year, you cannot even afford to live in New York City on your own. You have to have roommates and stuff. Like, type of situation. Like it's not gonna work out for you in New York City. That is the most expensive place in the country, period. There's nowhere else that's more expensive than there. That's it. There's nowhere else that's more expensive than New York City in the country. And that's the place that everybody wanna go to too. Can you imagine that? The most expensive place is the place that everybody wants to be at. It's overrated, it's dirty. Let's talk about it. If you've never been to New York City, I'm gonna break it down to you in reality. It's dirty, it's expensive. It's a lot of homeless people. That's another thing. A lot of people never really been to New York City but want to go. The thing about New York City is it's so many homeless people, it don't make no sense. It just really don't make sense. Like, you can't even really enjoy the experience because everybody is struggling there. You know what I'm saying? It smell like trash there. It's dirty. Like, I don't even know what else to say, but it is. It's dirty. It's dirty, dirty. You walking down the street next to trash. Like, who wanna live like that? I'm good. Like, it was never that serious to me about New York City. But see, a lot of people who never been there don't really know that. You know, you just think New York City, bright lights, you know, what is it, Central Park, like all of this little stuff, helicopter rides and the thing, to look at the views and stuff, high rise buildings and stuff like that, like Broadway. It's so much to do, Fashion Week, this, that, and the third, but it's dirty. Come on now, paying all of that money to live in filth. Absolutely not. No. Gonna have to be an easy pass for me. Easy pass. Florida is nice though. Like, I used to live in I've been in a couple places in Florida. Sarasota is nice. They got that big beach there. So nice in Florida. Florida is one of the places that I would say is like, it can be expensive to live there depending on how you want to live when you're there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a lot of condos and stuff like that there. Orlando wasn't that bad as far as like expenses and stuff, but yeah, it can get pricey depending on where you want to go. So if you're ever looking to come to America or something, you got to consider these types of things. If some places are popular, but the popular places are usually also overpopulated. So like, where in one place the milk will be like $3, in that overpopulated place or very popular place, the milk is like $8 or $7 or something crazy like that. Oh yes, girl, because this is not it. My hair looks a hot mess in real life right now. It really do. It's terrible because I went and had surgery and stuff, and I just came back and I just didn't do nothing to it because I couldn't really sit down. So now that I can sit down for a little minute, I'm about to do this here because, yeah. Hey, Big Banana, how you doing? Derek, everybody subscribe to Derek's channel. You got some good content. What you make for dinner? I seen you was going live, but I I had already had planned to do my hair, so I was like, let me just get on here and do it. I know they was giving you a hard time yesterday on that live, trying to keep kicking you off and stuff. That sucked. Yeah, they be giving his internet be giving him a hard time sometimes. So I'll go back and I'll be watching the replays and stuff, and trying to leave a comment and stuff to get some support you. But yeah, like oh, you going to church? Oh yeah, you was just saying that and Zay's live that you was going to church. Oh, the family's good. My husband's asleep right now. My kids is in their rooms, horse playing or whatever they're doing. But yeah, I was saying like some people don't really know how good they got it, you know? Like when I see y'all on the farms and stuff like that, I'm like, yeah, y'all got it good, you know? But it's always like that. People think that like whatever somebody else got going on that they got it better, you know? It's always like that. Like I was telling Derek, like a lot of people pay money. Oh, it's late. It is late there. A lot of people pay money to live that kind of lifestyle. People in America be excited to build like a little house and stuff like that on a piece of land, you know, and just live off of rainwater and stuff like that because people get worked to death out here. Like we might get a couple dollars, but you gotta hurry up and spend it. Like it's not even worth your time. Like literally, like it's good to be able to have time because the time is like the only thing that once you spend it, you can't get it back. You know, so it's good to just have time, like with your family and stuff. Like here, like they make the kids go to school here like all day. They make the kids go to school all day here. So the parents don't spend time with their kids here, you know, because the kids is all in school the whole time. So it's like you don't really get to raise your own kids here. The teacher at the school basically raise your kids. That's the way that I see it. You know what I'm saying? Because the ideas that I want my children to have, everybody don't have them here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got different ideas. So I don't think that another adult should give my children the ideas that I don't want them to have. But when they go to school, that's the one time that you kind of don't have a choice unless you teach your own kids. So that's why I homeschool my kids because I'm grateful to God that He put me in a position to not have to work and stuff and still be able to be stable, you know, so that I could teach my kids. Cashiers here is different. Even from next week, they are starting the long holiday until January. Oh, next week is okay. Yeah, we also they get less school. Yeah, I teach them alone. Yeah, I teach them alone. Yeah, cause I've been to college before, you know. I went to college. I've been to the public school and stuff too before. So I know personally that the stuff they teach them, they don't need to know all this crap. It's just a lot of stuff that they just telling them. You know what I'm saying? They want them to know. Like it's just a lot of crap. A lot of stuff they're never gonna need to know. Oh hi Kappas, Shalom. It's a lot of stuff that they want to teach the kids that the kids don't need to know, you know. And I thank God that I have the opportunity to teach my own kids, you know, the way that they should go, you know. Because I used to be like, a heavy, like, I'm not going to say I used to be a heavy spiritual person. I still am a heavy, thank you. I still am a heavily spiritual person. But I used to be involved in like a Jehovah Witness and stuff. I used to do, I used to be like an Israelite. I used to live an Israelite lifestyle, which I learned a lot of principles. All of it resorted back to the Bible for me. So I had came to this conclusion that as long as I could read the Bible, you know, and ask God for Holy Spirit and live my life in a clean way, that I will be good, you know? Because I always felt like, you know, you can't, yeah, they everywhere. They everywhere. But you know what? It was some things about them that I was like, nah, this is not it. Because, they're not accepting of everyone. They're only accepting of people that are Jehovah Witnesses or people that want to get baptized to become a Jehovah Witness. So I actually went through everything. I studied with them. I got baptized. I became an actual Jehovah Witness. I spent like a year with them. So I was a part of the Niagara Falls, New York Buffalo camp when I was an Israelite. But see, the thing about it is, I identify as a child of God. You can't never go wrong with that. Because even Jesus said, "For I have said, ye are all gods, but children of the Most High God." That's in red lettering in the King James Version in Psalms 82, 82 something. But yeah, I've been up and down that book. I've been up and down the Bible, reading it the way I'm supposed to read it, all three ways that you can even possibly read it. I've read it. Like, I've asked God for his Holy Spirit to lead me in a way that, and give me the understanding and stuff, and he did. And a lot of it, and some people really overlook a lot of passages in that book that mean a lot, you know, mean a lot. A lot of people want to dominate other people. Like, I'm just not interested in all of that. A lot of religious organizations just want to dominate other people. Like, that's what I have found. So I still eat the way that I'm supposed to, according to the dietary law. I still practice all the stuff I don't celebrate, like secular holidays and stuff like that. Me and my kids don't do that. You know, I had to go see about the Jehovah Witnesses because I understand God to be Yahweh or Yahweh. And, that translates into Jehovah. So I had to go see about them and what they was doing and just make sure, you know what I'm saying? And then I had finally came to a conclusion based off of the understanding that God had gave me that yeah, he's nowhere to be found but in this Bible. So as long as I do the things that are in the Bible, then I can't be wrong. So that's what I have came to, because a lot of the stuff was like, how people are imperfect. And I don't judge people for being imperfect and stuff like that, but people is really imperfect. Like, you can't, in the Bible keeps saying you can't count on a human being because they can't give you salvation. So why would I count on another human being to give me the understanding that God said that if I ask him for, he will give to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got me a good old argument waiting for God if he wanted to come on and, ask me some questions, or, if I had a moment to explain my behavior or myself to him. It would be very simple. I only trust you and I only trust your word. I don't trust the words that people have said while reading your word, because who knows where their heart really is. You only know the person that they show up as. You only know the person that they present themselves to you as. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know my husband in a way that nobody else knows my husband. But see, that's why the relationship between the spouses is like a thing, because you don't know your pastor like your pastor wife know the pastor. You see what I'm saying? So you would never really even be able to give a good judgment on whether that person. I'm gonna give it to you like this. Okay, the only one qualified to lead me anywhere is Jesus Christ. That's it. It's not another soul on this planet that could lead me anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with that. And we got a good argument going on. Like, you can't trust these people. The blind leading the blind. No, sir. And then if you peep too, who did Jesus have the most issues with when he was on earth? Let's talk about it, since we all here. Who did he have the most issues with? It wasn't the regular people. It was the religious leaders. They was trying to get that man killed. You hear me? They was trying to get that man killed. That's who Judas went to. Judas went to the religious leaders, got the 30 shekels of silver or whatever it was, to betray him. You see what I'm saying? Oh yeah, they do. That's what they do. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. Yep, the pastors do that. And you know what they was doing at the Kingdom Hall? That's exactly what they were doing. They were brainwashing people. Because I went to the Kingdom Hall for the Most High God. I didn't go for friends. I didn't go for like to belong to something. I've always been a loner type of person, honestly. Like, cause I was like, dang, if I'm gonna mess it up, I might as well mess it up based off an original thought outside of what somebody trying to tell me that I should think. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so I was like, I was reading some of the scriptures and I always held the scriptures to the maximum. Like, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you saying, I don't care about your position. If it don't line up with them scriptures, boy, it's quiet for you. Like, you not telling the truth, because the truth is in the scriptures. No one person has the truth, and they were trying to convince people that they have the truth. But the Bible has the truth, though. You don't have it. You know what I'm saying? And they were using like manipulation tactics and stuff like that to like take your time and control your behaviors and what you did and your mind and stuff like that, and then hide behind God and say, oh, this is not what we want you to do. This is what God wants you to do. And one thing I noticed too, Cash, please, I hope you visit Kappa's house and listen his poetry. You will love him. Oh yes, I will. I will. I definitely subscribed to him before. I think I listened to like maybe one of his shorts where he was like doing like words in motion, like you do like poetry, spoken poetry. But yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. I definitely will. When you are equally yoked through marriage, you and your husband become one. Yes, I agree. My husband is like, he's like a very honest soul to me for the most part. For the most part, you know, very like innocent typed, you know. Oh wow, that's interesting. You know, it's hard to find people who can understand, you know. And one thing, like, I don't take the knowledge that I have and like use it against people in a way that is like bad or nothing like that, because I believe in the free will that God gave us. You understand? Like, I believe in it so much that I believe the reason why Satan can operate in the way that he do is because God gave him the free will to do it. That everything that happens is because God has allowed it, you know? And some people don't have not grasped it fully and has not accepted it and has not been okay with it. The reason why there's murderers, the reasons why there's this and that and the third, everything has to be a balance, you know? And some people haven't caught that yet. But I don't try to make like people feel bad about stuff, you know, because they live in with the understanding that they have been presented with. Maybe they only have that understanding for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And who are we to try to take that understanding and change it or make them feel bad about the understanding that they have? That's the understanding that God gave them. You see what I'm saying? So I'll be into I'll be into little stuff like that, you know. I try not to judge nobody for their behavior, because if you really dig deep and you honest with yourself, we all got one sin. It's just one thing that's so tough for us to crack. We all got it. It's that one thing that we have to constantly work on and make sure. We all got it. So it's like, how can you try to make somebody else feel bad for their behaviors and stuff like that when, you know, they just dealing with with what they was given, you know? Jesus walked with people that needed him. And Noah was a drunk. Let's go. You know, some of the disciples lacked faith completely. The scriptures say he didn't come for the healthy, he came for the sick. Yep. Religious leaders thought, you're right. And you right, because he said too, when somebody's sick, they need a doctor. He didn't come for the righteous, he came for the unrighteous. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Some people have mastered self-control too. Some people have mastered it. And the ones that master self-control know that it's so hard. So you're not going to really give somebody else a hard time because they didn't master it. It's a tough thing. Then I'm going to hit you with one better too. One understanding that I have from God is that he already knew we were going to be imperfect. He already knew that. So we already paid the price for our imperfection. We don't get to live forever no more. You know what I'm saying? We used to get to live in this body forever. The energy goes back to the source, but this body, we used to have the opportunity to live in the body forever. But when they committed the sin, now we're gonna die. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check out those poems because I'm into stuff like that. I'm definitely into spiritual stuff, you know. I'm into all of the things because you know what? Some people will say like, "Oh, I believe in like, well, I only believe in the power of God. I only believe in that power." You understand? But like, I believe that the power can lead us to smaller understandings of things like quantum shifts or like chakras, stuff like that, you know. But that power originally originates with God. All things originate with God. All forms of knowledge originate with the Most High God. So I think some people miss that too. Anything that we know right now, it was something that originated with God. Period. Period. The devil can't create nothing. He can't create nothing. He don't even have no power. And Derek, I heard you say that, and I was like, yes, at least Derek know. I heard this thing before that just hit me. Like when you actually see the devil for real and you find out what he is, what he look like, his essence and stuff, you're gonna be like, man, that's it. And you gonna feel stupid like that you felt like he even had power or that he could do anything. You know what I'm saying? Because, oh, bye, Flora. Because the real power was given to us, believe it or not. Think about it. Think about it real quick. The real power of God was really given to us. It wasn't given to the devil, it was given to us. Because just like God, we can create life through him. You see if that makes sense? I don't know. Okay, we'll see you later, Flora. We can create life. The devil can't even create life. He can't even have a body. He need to borrow people's body in order to be able to do anything. Ain't that deep? That's deep, deep. I was like, yo, this is so cold. I came to a conclusion like God let him operate because it need to be a balance. You won't know what good is unless you seen bad. You know, how you gonna know what good is? So I'll be looking at stuff like that. Like and then all things serve God. All things serve God's purpose. Everything, including the devil. Yes, that's a fact. You don't have no power unless you give it to him. And that is the truth. It really is. Because the power was given to you to give. And that's why I see people like run around and try to take other people's power. Like I consider like time and energy a part of that power that people try to take from other people. Like you only get X amount of energy and power and time in your lifetime. You only get X amount. So some people are going to try to come and like take that from you. They're gonna try to come and like, I don't know. That's why I had to get away from the Jehovah's Witnesses because I was like, you know what? I do this. Like they do a lot of preaching work and stuff like that. But the way that they do it was off to me. And I'm intelligent enough to know about having a cognitive dissonance to stuff like, oh, because you a Jehovah's Witness, even if you rude, I'm supposed to overlook it and act like you wasn't just rude. No, I'm very realistic. Like, I'm not playing them kind of games. You supposed to be out here preaching this. You're a hypocrite for real then. You know what I'm saying? You're really a hypocrite, and I'm supposed to act like you're not because I'm supposed to overlook what you did. No, like, it is what it is. Like, it's okay. You know, you can be a hypocrite, but don't try to, you know what I'm saying? Don't come over here trying to tell me. And that's one reason why I don't preach to people. When I was Jehovah's Witness, I really couldn't preach to people because I was like, how can I try to tell somebody what they should do in their life when I'm not perfect? You know what I'm saying? How can I try to tell somebody what they should do? And I was also like too, they would say things at the meetings like, okay, so how do you know when to stop preaching to someone? And they would say when the person shows a lack of interest in getting baptized. What? I was always like, no matter what, if somebody willing to listen to you speak about the word of God, why would you stop speaking about the word of God to them? Because they don't want to get baptized and join your man-made organization is crazy. Our locks are probably the same. I don't know. I got one lock that's super long. It's super long, like down to my butt. But yeah, I didn't like that. I was like, yeah, nah. I said, and that's how I knew that they were not really just doing this for God. They were doing it for members to join their organization. And I always had to think about man-made holidays anyways before I even became a Jehovah Witness. So I was like, I already had a thing for man-made holidays. I was like, nah, I understand the origins of them. Like, I don't judge people who celebrate them, but I'm not going to, you know? Like, and I'll do something like this. Like, I'll buy gifts, wrap them up or something, but at a different time of year or something. Or me and my kids will go do something scary, but not on Halloween. You get what I'm saying? Like that. So it could be deliberate that you're not getting that energy. You can think, you know, whatever, but I'm not getting into that too much, you know? And that's just the way that I do it. I'll do something, but do it on a different day. And my kids cool with it. They understand. Because if you really start looking at the origin of all of this stuff, like I was into all of that stuff heavy. You know, nobody in my family really understood it. I'm like the only one. Like my dad give me a hard time about stuff like that. Like, you got kids, you need to do. And I'm like, bro, I don't need to do nothing but stay black and die, sir. That's it. That's it, sir. And I understand, like, you know, like just because somebody is your family member, don't mean that they mean you any good. That's not what that means. Just because somebody is your biological parent doesn't mean that they have anything good to offer you or that they taught you the right way growing up, you know? So I did a lot of learning and stuff in my adult years because I don't got time. I'm like, if you were, my dad is not a great human being at all. Like, I'm gonna be honest about that. I'm not gonna say he's a great human being because that's my dad. I'm a real human. I'm realistic. Just like if my son grow up and mistreat women, I'm gonna say he's a scumbag, son or not. It doesn't matter, you know. It's the principle for me, you know. You're not finna come out here and be mistreating somebody else's daughter and think that I'm gonna approve of that behavior. You're insane. It's not gonna happen, Captain. You know what I'm saying? But I'm realistic like that. A lot of people are not. A lot of people will say, "Oh, that's my dad. He just like that." And no, you're not a great human being based off of the behaviors that I've seen. You might be able to change that one day, but until I see that you do, I would have to see it with my own eyes, because I'm never going off of nothing nobody said. You know, and that was like another thing too. Like, I couldn't say, "Oh, I don't want to be a Jehovah Witness," unless I actually became a Jehovah Witness and said, I did this. I saw this. This is not what they claimed it was, which it wasn't. It wasn't what they claimed it was. The lady that I studied the Bible with, I studied the Bible with her for a year. Do you know Then when I told this lady, based off my observations in the organization, I no longer want to be a part of the organization anymore. Do you know, me and her were doing like a study where we were reading the Bible together. We did it the regular way. We didn't read the precepts of the Bible, but we was reading like book by book. We had like a little thing where we was doing that together. Do you know, in the middle of that, she just stopped talking to me. She cut all connection with me. I was like, girl, I didn't get this fellowship. I didn't get removed from the organization, and I still very much have a relationship with the Most High God. So for you to cut me off as a friend and you claim that I was your friend, I said I knew. That's when I knew for sure, for sure. I said this is not it, because if I had a friend and me and her really were spiritual back and forth with each other, which I don't even have a friend like this, then there's no way that I would drop her as my friend, especially when there's nothing in the organization that says that she can't talk to me. She chose that on her own. You understand what I'm saying to you? She chose that on her own. I didn't do nothing against the Most High God to make it so that she couldn't talk to me. No, I just told her I'm not going to the Kingdom Hall anymore. I don't like the way that they speak. I got a college education, bro. I know about psychology. Like, I've read the books too. I've read Robert Greene, all of the books that Robert Greene got that are psychology based on how to control other human beings. And this was the behavior. This was the verbiage that was coming out of their mouth. Everything was microaggressive, micro this, micro that, hiding the true intentions behind the smile, doing something or saying something but meaning something else, or telling other people to do something that you're not gonna do. It was weird to me. I'm like, I'm good, you know. The world is a wicked place. Make sure you put your armor of God. Absolutely. In Ephesians, you heard me. I already know where to go look to be reminded too. It's in Ephesians. That's a fact. Because listen, you know things. And hopefully, I don't know if you like married or not, but hopefully you find a wife that is receptive to these kinds of things, because one thing about that book is that book got all the answers to life in it, in my opinion. And it is the thing that can guide you the best way, better than anything else in the world can guide you. It's that book. And I learned that, and I decided, since I know that, what do I need to do anything else with anybody else for? In the Bible, the book tell you the whole time, do not put your trust in man. Do not trust, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can read it and if you can read it with and ask God for Holy Spirit, it'll reveal things to you that other people can't see. It's specifically designed for you when you read it and you ask God, because it specifically says in there. I'm one of those sticklers for what it specifically says. It specifically says if you ask God to reveal things to you, he will reveal things to you. He will reveal the knowledge to you. If you ask him for the knowledge and understanding, he will reveal it to you. So that's what I be doing, you know? That's what I do. My husband is not like really that into it like I am, but in a way where it's like raunchy, you know what I'm saying? Where he like constantly sinning against God, because if he was, I wouldn't even be able to take it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be able to stand him. My husband eat, sleep, go to work, and watch videos on his phone. That's all my husband do. He don't do nothing else. He don't go out. He don't party. He don't nothing. Yeah, the world is super weird. I be trying to tell my kids, like, yo, sometimes friendships can be considered like a liability of sorts, you know? Like, not every friendship is going to be good, even though you can have a friend, you know? It's usually the people that you don't know probably are like better for you, because I've seen, like, from my personal experience, like family members, stuff like that, they take advantage of the situation a lot more. They're less considerate of the fact that, hey, you're a human being. Even though we're family, I'm not gonna do you dirty. You're not obligated to forgive me because we're related. Some people have not came to that conclusion. For example, my dad is like this. I'm an adult. I'm 35 years old. I have a whole husband. You know what I'm saying? My dad does not assist me in any of my bills or anything like that. So I don't understand why he is disrespectful to me and thinks that I'm supposed to just constantly accept this. Now, when the Bible say honor thy mother and thy father, to honor them is one thing. To allow them to continuously disrespect you is another thing. To constantly accept bad behavior from them is another thing. Like, you can honor somebody from a distance too. Like, let's go. I'm like, sir, you do not provide the things that you do not provide the things for me that I'm going to allow you to disturb my peace, sir. I'm vibing high over here, okay? According to God's will, according to God's grace. You heard that? I am not going to allow you to put me in a low vibrational state, because the fruit of the spirit is one thing that I connected to high vibration. I was able to connect that to high vibration, because if you look at the fruit of the spirit and you compare it to high vibrational behaviors or emotions, I mean, if you look, the high vibration, joy, peace, happiness, those are all high vibrational emotions. So see what I'm saying? And anything that's in the midst of that, that's tearing that up, you got to get on away from that, because it ain't no good for you. No matter who it is. I mean, it could be your kids. That's why you teach your kids one thing, but when they grow up, it's a whole nother story, because what you did all you could do. You know what I'm saying? If they decide that they don't want to listen, hey, I tell my kids all the time, you don't listen, you're gonna pay the consequences. Remember me telling you that. You're gonna pay. Because that's all that's gonna happen. It's gonna be consequences for your behaviors. Like, that's it. I'm a stickler on consequences. I don't do nothing that I don't want nobody to see. I don't do nothing that I'm going to be embarrassed about. First of all, I don't even get embarrassed no more. I used to get embarrassed once upon a time. It's not happening anymore. I don't care, you know. It's actually a book. It's a really good book. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Fuck. That's the book. It's so good. It's pretty good. And yeah, it's pretty good. It'll enlighten you a little bit if you're not already at that stage. It'll open up your eyes. It'll change some things, you know, which I'll be paying attention to, like little stuff. I like books like that. I like to read. The greatest book of all time is the Bible. I ain't gonna hold you. And you know what? At one point, I used to think that it was like some kind of witchcraft going on. But then I came to an understanding that the Bible is powerful, and the person using it could be operating in a witchcraft state of mind. Like what Derek was saying about like trying to brainwash people and stuff. Because it has the power to control. It does. It's pretty deep, quite interesting. You know, it definitely has the power to take over. Like when I hear people reading the Bible and stuff like that, and they got smugs on their face and they all of that, I'll be like, okay, heard you loud and clear. Like, you exerting your power over somebody through the word, you know? And then when the tone is too soft, because there's two sides of it too, which is interesting, that I have discovered in my own personal experience. So like in the Kingdom Hall, they don't have a pastor. They have multiple brothers that go up there and read and stuff like that. But still behind the scenes, it's only certain people that's still in control. So this is a type of illusion that they present to you, like, oh, we all equal here, we all this, that, and third. But they have a governing body made of like 8 people or something that really make the rules. You get what I'm saying? And they'll try to sell it to you like, oh no, everybody is the same here, and da. But that's not exactly true. You know what I'm saying? And I'm one of those people, I'm very particular. Like, it's either true or it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I do believe that 2 things can be true at once, if that makes any sense too. But yeah, I was just like, yeah, a lot of this they trying to sell me right now is just not, it's not right. Then on top of it too, I didn't feel good going there. Like when I would go there, I did not feel good. I was like, I felt it was like a high stress organization. They want you to be three meetings a week, 2 meetings a week, field service. They don't want you to go to college. It's like, what? That not going to college situation, like, they won't say, oh, don't go to college. They will say, oh, you can do better things with your time outside of going to college, like being a pioneer. What? Like being a pioneer. So it keeps you in a state of a lower level of intelligence state. You get what I'm saying? So they would separate the knowledge of the world with the knowledge of God. But I seen in the scriptures that all knowledge, all of it, that's what the scriptures say. All knowledge originates with God. So that the knowledge that they were saying was of the world, it still came from God. But these be hard conversations people really don't want to have. So I don't push it. You know what I'm saying? I mind my business. I drink my water. And I keep it pushing. And I trust the scriptures before I trust what another person's saying. You know what I'm saying? Because but yeah, they'll tell you not to go to college, that you can go to Bethel. They have this facility, it's called Bethel, where young people go and they 18, 19, and they work for a small wage. It's like probably less than minimum wage. They get room and board there. And they just do carry out little tasks there. Listen, I've been in the military before too. So I'm coming from so many different levels of experience. I've been to prison too. I'm coming from so many different levels of experience, organization. I've been to college too. You see what I'm saying? Like, I've seen systematic organizations work, and they are all working the same. I pay attention to patterns and stuff like that. Like, I dissect things mentally and like logically and stuff like that, you know. And I seen the system. The system is just like in the military. It's another world inside of another world. So you understand stuff like on a whole nother level that some people are not gonna catch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm like, I can't do it. You know, this is, and you know what I've gathered from this whole situation of life? That God is a spirit. The Bible say God is a spirit. He don't need our worship. He was content before anything even existed. Before he even created anything, he was already happy. So for somebody to try to put a huge emphasis on our worship to God like that, it's a red flag for me, because he don't even need our worship in all actuality. He don't need nothing from us. He knew we was imperfect when we got, he knew we was imperfect before each of us were born modern day. He knew we was all imperfect. So, and then if you peep this too, the only people that make you feel bad about anything that you do is other people. God ain't never made me feel bad about nothing I ever did. He always made me feel loved. He always made me feel forgiven. He always made me feel like he understood, because he also knows that we did not ask to be here. Let's go. Did you ask to be here? I didn't. So how can I be held accountable for sin when I am not the reason that sin exists? You know? Come on. How can I be held accountable for sin when I never had an opportunity to even be perfect? Come on. That's why I'm like guilt. So also too, if you look at things like guilt, anger, shame, things like that, those are low vibrational emotions. They don't have nothing to do with the fruit of the spirit. Come on now. So I put two and two together, and I always felt like guilt and shame and stuff like that, it's a trick. It's a trick. You know, and I peeped another thing. I don't know if you're going to be ready to hear it or not, but it ain't a lie. Unless you know something I don't know, and then maybe you can enlighten me. But one thing I noticed is the devil ain't never killed nobody. Not one person in the whole Bible. If you peep, he can't even kill nobody. He can't. With Job, even with Job, he said you can do whatever you want to him, but you can't kill him. You can't kill him. He didn't kill Judas. Judas killed himself. You see where I'm going? He didn't kill Jesus. He could have killed Jesus. If he was that big and bad, he could have killed Jesus, right? He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. And you know, one reason why I stopped being an Israelite, I came to a realization that the brothers were imperfect. I'm imperfect. It was just too many things going on. Like, it was a lot of hate for the white man type of talk. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, I read in the Old Testament that it says, do not abhor Esau. He is your brother. That means do not hate him. He's your brother. So I'm like, y'all supposed to be so what? This is how I knew that they was not qualified to lead me spiritually, because you preaching these things and you not as thorough as I feel like you should be. You should not run around and talk bad about somebody because they're not melanated or from the original tribes. When let's talk about Rahab. Come on now. Rahab was a prostitute that had Jacob and Caleb. She was a prostitute. Was it Jacob and Caleb? I don't know. It was two spies. We gonna give it that. It was two spies. She hid them. She got saved. You can marry a woman that is not an Israelite, and she will be accepted because you cover her. So it's like, I don't know. And then love, see, I felt like, based off of the scriptures, I felt like they were only on the old covenant and had not accepted the new covenant with it, you know, because I do recognize that some of those things in the Old Testament say forever. So whether there was a new covenant or not, forever is forever, baby, which I understand that. I do. I understand that. But it was some things that it was like the food situation. So I don't know. It's kind of tricky because with the food situation, there was some food that was claimed to be clean after one of the disciples was eating at the table. Oh, this is another one. Yeah, like the disciples was eating with the non-Jewish people, the non-Jews, you know. They were eating with the non-Jews and they were accepted. So it's like, why would you want to just build a community only around Israelites when there were people that even lived with the Israelites that left Egypt to go with them? And they were accepted. That's in the law. I read the whole law. I know the law. It was in the law that if a foreigner lives amongst you and he will accept the rules of the law, you are to accept them. You see what I'm saying? But the brothers was not like that. They wasn't like that. They was like, oh, you're not a part of the tribe. It was very like downing them. And I didn't like that because my children are mixed too. So what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, what about my kids then, too? You see what I'm saying? So my kids are unacceptable because why? When Esau are brother, some people don't even know that Jacob and Esau were twins. Let's go. They was twins. 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 Obviously of different nations because God said it, but still twins nonetheless. That's why it said, don't hate him, that's your brother. They even made up with each other back in the day. You know what I'm saying? They made up with each other. Jacob came because Jacob was like slimy towards Esau, but Jacob came and gave Esau he gave him like cattle or something, I don't know. But he made up when he asked him for forgiveness and Esau forgave him. So it's like, I'm not getting involved in no beefs like that. That's crazy. That's too much. I'm good. It was just too much for me. I'm like, I'm good. You know? And then the brothers was like real secretive and stuff. Like, I just felt like, this is weird, you know? Like, they trying to hide stuff from us and stuff. And then when I went to them to ask them about some of the scriptures that I read personally, they would be like, oh, what about it? Or they wouldn't say like, oh, I'm not sure, I'll get back to you or nothing like that. They was just like, oh, what about it? Oh, it just says that. You know, it was just like very dry, like I was questioning the fact that whether they were right or not. Like, I was trying to give them a hard time, but that was not the case at all. That wasn't even the case at all. Like, it was like I agitated them by even coming to ask. Like, then they, and you know what? I also got the notion, the understanding that they were really into polygamy a lot. They were really, really into polygamy. Like, there was some that had a couple wives and stuff like that, and it was like, for what? Like, what do you really need these wives for? Like, I'm not you know, but like, okay, do you or whatever. But, you know, when I read the scriptures on my own, I saw what polygamy was. I saw it. It made Hannah jealous. It made Hannah upset. She was loved more than the other wife that had all the kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't wear fringes. And I don't have a beard to shave. I'm a female, but I do like wear dresses and stuff, you know. Unless I'm like working out or something. Then I wear pants, but I'm with my husband, you know. But yeah, some people take that and like they go to a place where it's like, oh yeah, and that's another thing too about the Kingdom Hall. They made the brothers shave their face, and I knew that was the law. And I was like, well, how come they forcing them to shave the face when it's in the Bible that said that they can't shave their face? So my husband don't shave his face either. He might line it up and make it look neat and presentable, but he don't shave the hairs off of his face, like bald face. He let his hairs grow. But yeah, that's definitely a part of the law. But yeah, so when I had saw that, I was like, because the lady that I had studied with, mind you, she was like, oh, everything that we do is strictly out of the Bible. So I said, okay, now I gotta see what y'all really talking about. I gotta see now. But then when they said that the men have to shave, I was like, yeah, my husband's not getting into this. Just based off the fact that he got a shave. And I said, that's a red flag for me because I know what them scriptures say, and they say that you're not supposed to shave your face. But then the governing body came down a couple days later and said, oh, brothers can choose whether they want to wear a beard or not. So I was like, okay. I constantly found myself like making excuses for their behaviors and constantly making excuses for why they're doing stuff. And I just didn't like that. I know for women, they couldn't wear a dress unless it passed the knees. Maybe wear a hijab. Oh yes, I used to be around Israelites. So yes, the women, also, see, there was a controversy about this too. So I know what you mean about wearing a hijab, because I used to wear a head wrap. I used to wear a head wrap, but then I discovered a scripture that said a woman's covering is her hair. So I read that scripture, and that is also acceptable. And some people, they was like, nope, you gotta cover it. And I'm like, listen, if it don't line up with that word, I be having a problem. I be having a problem. I definitely be having a problem. So, but yeah, you can, as a woman, it says that you can wear your hair as a covering. So, and a woman is not to like exercise authority over a man or nothing like that. Like, yeah, that stuff is in there too. And then the thing too that like bothered me about the Israelite lifestyle, like the Bible say you're supposed to follow the laws of the land, right? So they would not get legally married so that they can have multiple wives and it wouldn't be illegal. But I don't know. I felt like that was more for a man's benefit than the woman's. And it was like, I don't know, it was kind of suspicious to me. Like, you want to call me your wife, make me have all these kids with you, but technically we're not legally married before God. I don't know. Yeah, they wore like those bands around their head because their crown's supposed to be uncovered, basically. But yeah, I just thought that that was kind of suspicious. Like, why wouldn't you want to legally marry your wife? That's a legal action that that then the laws of the land cannot say that you're not married. But if you don't legally marry your wife, the law of the land can say that you are not married. Why would you want to be in that kind of position, you know? I just thought that that was kind of weird. I was like, mm-mm. And then now you at the mercy of your husband, and your husband could be a tyrant. Then what you gonna do? You see what I'm saying? He could send you away and give you a certificate of divorce because he don't like the way that you said something, even though you guys are equal, you know? I don't know. It was a little messy for me. I was good. I'm like, let me get me a good old fashioned man that want to be married to me. Don't want multiple wives because I cannot be a multiple sister wife. It's not going to happen for me. There's no way in this world. See my extra long dread? That's the one. My lock. That's the one. That's the one. That's why I have natural hair too, because of my lifestyle with the Israelites too. I was like, oh, well, you know what? That makes sense, you know? And then like I heard about, like, have you ever heard our hair is like antennas to like download information or something? But I was like, yo, that's so deep, because yo, we the only people with hair like this though, for real. And think about it, everybody else hair is like silky or something. It's way different. As far as physical appearance, it wasn't much of a difference between a Muslim man and Israelite men. So I agree. But the thing about the Israelite men is that they would allow their wives to pay. See, the Muslim men are different in that sense that the woman's money is her money. It's her money, but the Israelite men would, they'll let their wife pay for stuff. They would. They would let their wife pay for stuff. But the Muslim men, the wife money, her money is her money, and she's supposed to get money. She's supposed to get like gifts and jewelry when like the certain holiday come or something. My locks got me rooted to the Most High. Is that a thing? I didn't know that. But yo, when I heard that Jesus had hair like wool, they say, so this is another thing too. They say it's a metaphor that he had hair like wool, feet like brass, burnt brass, and eyes red like fire. I never went for that one. I said, yo, that's how he look, bro. It ain't no metaphor unless you say it's a metaphor. People, I swear, people is too funny to me because they will take something that's written plainly. That was written very plainly. Who was that? Daniel in Revelations, what Daniel saw. I think it was Daniel. Daniel saw the revelation. Yeah, Daniel. So I took that as okay. That's what he looked like, bruh. We not finna argue about that. That's what he looked like. Don't try to make it seem like that's a metaphor just to fit your narrative. No. Because you know what? You have feet like bronze. And you know what? Nobody in the Middle East over there in that area is technically, not a lot of people are light skinned. Come on, let's just put that out there. A lot of people are not very light skinned. You kissed by the sun. You know what I'm saying? Then when we look at actual data, because I compare Bible data to actual real data also, where the original people were the oldest people were found in Africa. Come on now. The native people of Africa got dark skin. I'm just saying. Even like people like the Saudi Arabians, Indian people, they got dark skin. But the hair like wool is what separates from the other things. You know what I'm saying? Then I also did some research on something, and it's called the Eve gene. So the only woman in the world that has this gene is a black woman. So she has the capability of creating basically any race through like some kind of anomaly situation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you've ever heard of that before either. But it's like some kind of gene that a black woman has that in some kind of anomaly she can literally create any kind of race, any kind of race. Like she can create any race. And you know what I think too? I heard something which I believe this deeply. We are all shades of wheat. Like wheat from the ground. Like, y'all, all shades of wheat. That was deep to me. And like, yeah, I heard about that. Called the Eve gene. That a black woman is the only woman in the world that can create out of an anomaly a race, any race, at birth. She can give birth to a race, any race. But you ever seen a black woman give birth to like a white baby with blue eyes? I've seen that before. But I never seen a white woman give birth to a black baby and her husband was white. I mean, yeah, and her husband was white. Yeah, we are all shades of wheat. I agree with that too. Because it's all brown. He said from the dirt you came, the dirt you shall return. What come out the dirt? Crops. Wheat. Wheat comes out the dirt. So I was like, yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Uh-oh. There we go. We lost one. Sometimes they be falling out or breaking. I'll be having to put them back in. But that's fine. I don't care. You get to see me over here thugging it for real. A real deal. Getting it in with the locks for real. I got my good old handy dandy tool. It never fails. But yeah, I would recommend this for anybody that wants to grow their locks that don't want to go through like the short phase or whatever, you know. Get you some extensions, make your own, wash them, wash the hair, clean it. It's gonna be 4C hair, you know, because it's not actually connected to your scalp. Your scalp can breathe. Your real hair is really it's just like having a barrette on your hair or something, you know. That's how I'm looking at it. I am just working. Do you doing your hair, and we having a dope combo. Word. Where, you know, it's hard to find people to talk to because a lot of people lack understanding, which is okay. You know, like I don't judge people for lacking understanding or lacking interest in this kind of stuff, because some people be caught up, you know. People be caught up in the world, and it takes a hold of them, you know. It takes a hold of their ability to be able to even pay attention. So I understand, you know. I've been there too, where I was in the streets and stuff like that, not caring much and stuff. It wasn't when you know, when I found, when I really, really, first of all, let me just say this. I know that's the best conversations to have, because it's quite enlightening if you really like get into it. You know, you can share like downloads. I don't know why I'm calling it that, but like download enlightenments from each other, because nobody knows all the information. But sometimes there's other people out there that know stuff that you may not know. You know what I'm saying? And you can get good stuff from them. So I like talking to people that be knowing stuff too, you know. Like, don't get me wrong, the brothers in the camp, they had some good information until it was started to be toxic. You know what I'm saying? Like, till it started to be toxic. It wasn't just about God, it was about this, that, and the third. Like, I was able to see, look, we back in the fact am. I was able to see that they had some kind of blocker or something that it could not allow them to see the full picture. You know, like I wanted to see the full picture. So I knew that my time with them had came to an end. I got all the information that I possibly was going to be able to get from them or dealing with them. And yeah, that was it, you know. Some people are lost and don't even realize. Yep, that too, you know, that too. And for those people, I believe that God is going to have a mercy for them, because he already understands the situation that we were born into, that we didn't ask to be born into. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, too, sometimes once you know about stuff, you can't pretend that you don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? You can't pretend that you don't see it, you know, and then God gonna know that you pretending that you don't see it, you know. But I'm sure he'll still be quite understanding to the fact that, hey, this is a coping mechanism, because this situation is out of control. Like, this whole idea of having to, you know, live your life a certain way with the conditions that we have to live our life in is quite deep, you know. All these temptations and things like that that are no good for us and stuff, you know. And then too, like, sometimes I think God is, well, I know that God is understanding of the fact that sometimes our parents did us a disservice. You know, sometimes you got to learn stuff as you get older, you know, and you got to adjust to live your life according to the new information that you learn as an adult that your parents never even told you about, because they didn't even know, you know. So, and I always wonder, like, why my mom was just like, she didn't really talk about her relationship with God or nothing like that. She kind of like just did whatever she wanted to do, but within reason. Like, she didn't like commit a lot of sins. Like, yeah, she smoked, yeah, she drank, but she didn't like do like a lot of bad things, you know. But like, now that I'm not a Jehovah's Witness anymore, like, I feel happier. And I was like, yeah, that was a problem then, to feel like that. Like, other people trying to make you feel guilty for you using your free will is nuts, you know? Poppy, are you gonna go to the gym? Well, I'll probably catch you next time then, because I'm not really done with my hair yet. So I don't really want to hold you up. You know, I know you're going to make sure you get your workout in. I want you to get it in. Then so you can take Dougie, you know. I'm just like talking about God right now too, you know. And like spiritual stuff. And doing my hair. Yeah, I don't think drinking wine is drinking is a sin either. And you know, this is one thing too that I had came to an understanding, like everything in moderation is acceptable, basically. It's when it's not done in moderation and it causes you issues in other ways that it becomes a real problem. Like, for example, even food. So some people did not have the understanding, like in the Kingdom Hall, some people did not have the understanding of like, okay, if it say not to be a gluttonous, but if you like overeat all the time, you're it can cause you problems. And in the sense that like, oh, not like God's gonna be mad at you if you overeat, but your body is going to be affected if you do in a way. So like the dietary law, so if you follow the in Leviticus, the dietary law, you will less likely have health issues based off of all the food that is said in the thing not to eat. If you don't eat it, you'll probably have better health than the people that do eat it. So like the pork and stuff. It took me a time, but I had got off the pork. I think I'm a pescatarian now for, oh my goodness, 5, 6 years now. So, but if you don't eat the foods that's listed there, you'll be more likely to have better health. That's one thing that I think some people have not came to an understanding of yet. But just look at the food. Thank you. Look at the food that he say not to eat. It's all bad food for you. So I've seen things like, nah, I ain't gonna lie, I eat a shrimp here and there. I will eat some seafood. I will. I will. And I I have to be honest when I say I don't think that it hurts God for me to eat that food. I think it hurts myself, you know, if I eat too much of it, you know. Because it's like when you eat food that don't eat food that's that eat, when you eat food that doesn't eat food that is nutritious, what could it offer your body? Like if you look at the chicken, you can eat chicken. Chickens eat nutritious food. They eat vegetables, they eat worms. Worms got protein in it, stuff like that. Like if you break it down like that, it'd be something to look at. Poppy, are you hungry before you go? No. What you want the chicken when you get back? Chicken with what? Oh, the pasta. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make my husband some food. He's gonna go to the gym. I'm not even done with my hair yet, so I can't go. I gotta finish this because this is like a whole situation. It's a hot spot. Oh my goodness. It is what it is. But yeah, it's a little hard. The hardest thing that I had to quit was the chicken. Chicken was hard to quit, especially jerk chicken. But once I quit the chicken though, if I tried to go eat it again, I got sick, which was not fun. So I just stopped messing around with it, for real. And I found that to be kind of interesting too. Choosing to not eat the food and then trying to go back to eat it and see what it did to me was quite interesting. Quite an interesting situation. Okay, Sophie, it's gonna be okay, Pookie. It's my Rottweiler barking at the neighbors. No, I'm from New York. I live in Connecticut with my husband and my kids, away from my family because I don't got time for them. Like, they operating on some weird time where the son listen to the mom and all of this crap. Like, my dad's a mama's boy. Ain't nobody got time for that. And everybody's supposed to listen to her and she don't even drive. Like, I don't find stuff like that to be intelligent decisions. Like, why would I ever listen to a woman that's out, like, her opinion is outdated? She has no interest in gaining further insight. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's stuck in the mentality that she's in, even though she like goes to church and stuff like that, you know. But I don't know. I feel like all of that stuff is like cultish. It's cultish. Religion is like a cult to me. But I'm African American. I would say American, honestly. Because African American is the people that come from Africa that live in America. I didn't come from Africa. I was born here. But that's just a technicality. You know, but I'm not listening to nobody that is not living the type of lifestyle that I want to live. I tell my kids this all the time. Don't listen to nobody that's not living the type of lifestyle that you want to live. And don't listen to nobody who, don't listen to nobody that you don't find them to be a outstanding citizen or outstanding person. If they lacking in character, I mean, it's probably not somebody good to listen to. Just saying. Like, and it's unfortunate that sometimes you can find yourself in that situation with your very own parents. Probably the locks. But I did my locks. I started my locks because I was tired of wearing wigs. I just could not do it no more. I'm serious. It looks stupid. After a couple days, the wigs look dumb. Poppy, don't the wigs look stupid after a couple days? The wigs. Did you ever notice? Oh, you want to see me with different hair? I'll wear different hair for you. But since you said it, you know, I'll look into it. I don't know, my husband want me to switch it up. You know, but he Puerto Rican, so when you look at people in their natural nationality, like the women in his nationality have like different textures of hair, like different hair, you know. So I understand. Do I want to wear a wig? No. I be thinking about it sometimes, but when I think about going to the gym, a wig is not the thing to wear. Or when I think about it being hot outside, it's like, nope. Damn, my locks so long that it's like I can only wear a big curly wig. Oh no, we lost another one. Let's see where it is. Right there. I can only wear a big curly wig so it don't look suspicious, because it's gonna look suspicious if I got on a straight wig. Let me just fix this. So now I'm probably gonna look for a curly wig. Maybe like a half wig. A half wig and like twist my locks in the front or something like that, you know? And try to hide the rest of the locks underneath it. I might do that. And then I could take it off. Or right away, like a half of one. I'm not putting no glue on my forehead. It's not funny, but it is. Gluing your forehead is crazy at this point. They ain't got no edges out here behind that glue on that forehead. I'm good. And then the glueless wigs. I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. Glueless wigs is not what they be trying to make it seem like. Them glueless wigs have you outside looking stupid. Like, you could see the tread and all of that on the wig. Like, you could see the grid and you could see the grid. I can't do the front one. I gotta run the bathroom to do them ones, because you could see the grid on the wig and you could see the knots. Huh? Okay. Yeah, you gonna bring it in, Poppy? Enjoy your workout. Yeah, thank you. Hold on. It's in my bag. Oh, Pookie, you want a treat? I'll get you a treat. Hold on. Here, Sophie, come on. Sophie, come here. Good girl. Come on, you wanna come say hi? Let me show you my Rottweiler. Hi, Red Cookie. Chill out, cowgirl. Chill out, cowgirl. You're gonna give me 5. She's so smart and cute. She want this though. She don't care. She out of here. But yeah, I live I have a chilled life, honestly. I don't do too much. Honestly. They heavy. You can't she about 107 pounds. And she bossy too, a little bit. Not a little bit. She is bossy. But she a good girl though, you know? They good dogs. I used to have a Rottweiler. I mean a pit bull, a red-nosed pit bull before her. But it's something going on with the dogs, I'm gonna tell you. Like, I don't even know what it is about the dogs, but it's something going on with the dogs that dogs is good. Dogs is good. I even came to some kind of weird idea of why they're called a dog. And it's God spelled backwards, which was pretty interesting to me. And I find the dogs to be quite I find the dogs to be like almost better than people, low key, you know, official, loyal to a fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you want loyalty, you better get you a good old dog. I mean, that's where you're gonna get the loyalty from. You're not gonna get it from another human being. Let's just keep it a stack. It's not gonna happen. Look, that one came out. I'm gonna fix it. But people are not trustworthy. I mean, it's just not a thing. It's really not. I ain't gonna lie. Yup, man. Oh, that's deep. You know what? See, you just enlightened me on something too. I knew they were man's best friend, but I didn't come to the understand. Like, it just hit me in a different way just now that you just said it like that. For real, man's best friend. Ain't that crazy? And like God, your best friend too. For real, for real. That's the best friend you could ever have. Like, that's the best friend you could ever have. For real. It ain't a friend like it. It ain't a friend like God. It really ain't. The most understanding. And it's crazy because people will not be as understanding as God will even be with you. You know? People will not even be as understanding as God will be with you. Come on, Pookie. Yeah, that's deep. But the dogs are quite protective. They know about the spirit realm. Look at this Pookie face. Look, the little poop poop. The little Pookie. Yeah, they know about like the spiritual realm, I believe too, like to a degree, like because my dog, it's not very many people that she have done this to, but it's been some people, and my other dog too, my pit bull, that when somebody come, she'll just go off the handle, like won't even let them nowhere near, like they can't. And at that point, the dog going off on you like that, you can't come in here. It's no bueno, sir. You can't come in here. It's over. You have came and she has said no. And I'll listen to what my dogs say too, because dogs is the most like precious, like innocent thing. If a dog don't like you, you raggedy as heck. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's a different thing. Like if you scared of dogs because you had a bad experience, so the dog is reacting to your fear. But it's a difference. Those are two different things, you know. But when you're not afraid of the dog, and the dog is like, you can't come here, you dusty, you dirty, something wrong with you. Yeah, it's different. But I know the difference, you know. Dogs can see what we. Yo, and you know what's crazy? I said that too. Dogs can see what you can't see. And it's a reason why they are all color blind. Let's go. Think about a blind person, right? A blind person can't see, but they can hear better than the average person because it's like some kind of compensation for them being blind. They can read Braille, and a regular person cannot even read Braille because it's a compensation. So, yo, that's pretty deep. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. You a vibe too. I ain't gonna hold you. You a vibe too. The fact that you into poetry is quite interesting to me because a lot of men is not. A lot of men is not into poetry. Like, and you know what's crazy too? Um, you know, a lot of women are interested in men that are terrible. They are interested in men that are terrible, which is crazy, you know? I find that to be so crazy that that women are interested, like a modern day Romeo, a modern day Romeo. Yeah, women are interested in men that are terrible. Sometimes it's hard because men lie and pretend that they're one way just to get you, you know? And then you gotta find out after the fact that they was raggedy and all of this other crap. So it's like much harder to like get out of the situation that you're in and stuff. So you just kind of like settle or accept it, you know? Well, yeah. I used to believe in like love and all of that kind of crap, but I find people to be quite unreliable. So I have settled for I have settled for just a man that will provide for me, you know. outside of all of the extra bells and whistles and stuff, because the reality of the situation is nobody know how to do it right anyways. Like, people don't listen. You know what I'm saying? People just want to give you what they feel like giving you, and that's it. A lot of people anyways. Well, the people that I have came across anyways, you know. So you just be like, well, all right, since you ain't gonna last anyways, you ain't gonna do this anyways, you know, I might as well just get what I can get out of it that makes the most sense to me, you know. And I know a lot of women is like dating for looks and stuff, and I'm like, you know. I feel like when I married my husband, I went for like a safe option, you know. Like, and even though he's done things that is like, sir, are you absolutely serious? Like, play with me again, it's over. Like, for real. I'm like, bro. And I've had to like stop going through his phone because some of the stuff that I was seeing there, I'd be like, is you serious, sir? Like, what? Like, I'm just like, I just stopped caring. You know, honestly, I just literally stopped caring. I had to stop caring because if I didn't, I'd be driving myself crazy with the stuff that's in his phone. Because it's like, it's disrespectful, but it's not cheating, if that makes any sense. Like, it's like borderline, but he ain't all the way there yet. He ain't at the point where I could be like, listen, we going downtown, sir, and it's over. You know? Yeah, nice guys do finish last, which is crazy. You know? But then is there even any real nice guys for real? Or do they just pretend to be nice? You know? I thought my husband was a nice guy, but lo and behold, he made sure he was relatable to a lot of other men. And I was like, ooh. But see, now I'm already married and, wait, I can't do this one yet. Okay. But now I'm already married and stuff, and I'm just like, okay. You know? Like, okay. Some women like the excitement a toxic man with. This is so true. You smart. I'm far from perfect, but I ain't got time for games. Yeah, I feel you on that too. Yeah, a lot of women like exciting men. So that's why I said, like, with my husband, I feel like I picked a safe option. Like, he don't be at the club. He don't talk a lot. He don't do too much. You know what I'm saying? He chill. Like, but he'll do stuff like get online, like other girls' pictures, which I find to be like rude. I find it to be like disrespectful. But he'll say something like, oh, well, it's just Instagram, or, oh, I'm never going to meet these people. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Okay. Okay. So it just puts me in a space with him that, like, as soon as you slip, sir, soon as you slip, it's over. It's no question. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type of person that will accept cheating one time. I'm not doing it. Oh, it's like I can't wait to catch you cheating. I'm out of here. I'm out of here, okay? I'm out of here. I'm out of here, okay? Pew, gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was never gonna see me again. You gonna be calling me. I'm ignoring you. I'm never talking to you again. All of that. I'm bye. You know what I'm saying? Not playing. And I already told him that if you ever cheat on me, I'm gone. Bye. I'm about to go travel the world or something. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, now that I'm married, it's like it's certain things that I just can't do because I'm married. And I have to, you know, like, have respect for my husband. I have to listen to what my husband say and stuff, you know? And it's like, so, yeah. Yeah, it is too good to be true. Yep. And you're so right about that. It's too good to be true. That's why women with sense kind of, like, you know, they kind of know men are not perfect and they're gonna do little stuff. So you better make sure you got you a man that's finna be providing for you and you feel somewhat secure. You know what I'm saying? as far as like you can tolerate some dumb stuff that they do. You can tolerate some of the dumb stuff that they do, because it's gonna be some dumb stuff. Like, and I ain't gonna lie, it's like women out here to be cheating too. Most of them cheat because they feel like they man cheating, so they cheat, or they cheat so because they already know they man gonna cheat and type stuff. No, 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 I'm not one like that, but there's some women out there. Like, I be trying to listen to some conscious music. Oh my goodness, did you hear about Dr. Umar, the Pan African Prince? Dr. Umar, let me tell you something. Wait, we all come from our flaws. Some flaws are manageable, others are deal breakers. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yo, like Dr. Umar, okay, so I'm not really a so I really like Derek because he really strikes me as a man of God. You know what I'm saying? Like I could see the humility in that man. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I don't even know him in a personal setting. You know what I'm saying? But I see the humility on him. I see things on him, the way he talk, his behavior, the way he move, the things that oh my goodness, Dr. Umar is baloney, bro. I'm so happy you know. But you know what's so deep to me? When I look on the internet and stuff, like a lot of men already knew that. When I tell you, like, I don't really get into like a lot of people's like YouTube and stuff like that, because I like to keep my mind clean, clear. I like to operate in original thoughts and stuff like that, and I really don't pump with what a lot of people got going on. You know what I'm saying? I really just don't get into that too much, what other people got going on, because I be like, is they there? Like, knock knock, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not judging nobody, so I don't get into nothing with them. But yeah, so I've been hearing about Dr. Umar. I knew he was full of crap from the beginning. Like, I been knew he was full of crap. Do you know who Nature Boy Carbonation is? No, I don't know who that is. Who is that? I knew Dr. Umar was out here scamming people for money. Because as soon as you get on the internet and start asking people for money, sir, what is we doing? Like, I could see if it's different if you got like a little YouTube channel and you like showing people your life. But when you're telling people like it's a system of how to manipulate the masses, and it's like a whole system of things to do, where you tell somebody, listen, I'm gonna do this, but I need you to do this. It starts off like that, you know what I'm saying? And the whole system, it's like he was using that system of manipulation for people. And I had peeped it. I was like, And on top of it, I do not believe that he's a doctor. What doctor is on the internet asking people for money? You got a whole doctorate, sir. Where's your clinic at? You know what I'm saying? Where's your practice at? Why you not in a hospital with somebody? Why you not at a group home doing all of this that you saying that you be wanting to do? You could be somewhere working, getting doctor money, and pay for all of this stuff on your own. Like, where's your credit at, sir? Like, you should be able to have financed that building on a doctor's salary, sir. Like, I'm not understanding why you're on the internet begging people for money and stuff to open a school. I had looked into the girl that he was dealing with and stuff, and I just seen some stuff like, I'll look at some stuff because to me it's not gossip, it's facts. You know what I'm saying? It's facts. Like, bro lived with his mom. Like, I have nothing against a grown man that lived with his mom. Nothing at all. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You won't be my grown man living with your mom though. That's all that is. But sometimes people gotta do stuff they gotta do. Like, I had to live with my mom as an adult before, but that was a short temporary time until, I got my little stuff together. Like, sometimes stuff happen, I'm not like judging like that, but bro, don't be on here trying to make it seem like you this dude. Then when he started coming with the weird stuff, like date with the doctor, $500, any meal you want, and I'm paying for it. Yo, I couldn't take it. I could not take it. Bro, she got to give you $500. How are you paying for the meal? Just saying. We're going to have to do the math on that one. And then people will like literally, one thing I would never do is come on the internet and literally back somebody that I don't know. Unless I know for a fact that they is a good person. Like, we do not know that Dr. Umar is a good person. That was deep. So Nature Boy was in the conscious community. He lived in nature and preached a message on us being grounded and living close to the equator. He believes in polygamy and was online. Is that the dude that makes the shoes with the copper in the feet? Like the shoes with no bottom and it's like copper at the bottom or something on the feet or something like that. Shoes, I don't know. I seen this guy. This is the only thing that I know about a dude that talk about being grounded a lot. Some guy made some shoes that had like copper in it, or copper in the shoes. And I think he made some other shoes where it didn't have no bottoms on the shoe. So when you went in places, it looked like you was walking with shoes on, but it didn't have no bottoms on the shoe. So, see, my thing with the polygamy is that it's illegal. It's illegal. Let's just call it what it is. It's illegal. So for you to be a person saying that you're righteous doing something illegal, that's the first red flag for me right there. You know what I'm saying? It's illegal. It's illegal. When he made them in the beginning, if you look in the scriptures, he made them man and woman. He didn't make them man and three wives. You know, although there were, like, for example, too, although there were kings in the Bible, before there was ever a king in the Bible, God told them, you don't want a king. He warned them about getting a king, but he gave them what they wanted. He went and picked the king for them. He told them before they got the king how the king was gonna be. He said he gonna work you to death. He gonna take all your money. He gonna do, and you not gonna have nothing. And basically, like, you gonna complain about his behavior. And they were like, so what? We want a king. Every other nation has a king. We want one. And he was like, okay. So when he got the first king was dusty. The next king, even King David did bad stuff, but he was forgiven. But still, it just go to show, like, just because you get something don't mean that it's good for you. He got some kind of enlightening information then. His name is what? Let me see. Nature Boy. Nature Boy. Okay. I'll look into it. I definitely will look into it. Like, the thing too is about a grown man that will always be off for me is that the man is supposed to be a provider. The fact that he will take something from a woman to provide for himself is deep to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's how Dr. Umar was. And I was like, how you gonna ask this lady to set you up a whole thing? Don't pay her, don't nothing. Like, sir, I'm gonna need you to get your life together. It's definitely giving hood and it's definitely giving broke, like, low-key. He's in prison for life now. What? It's carbonation. His group is carbonation. Okay, we are made out of carbon, right? Aren't we made out of carbon? Our bones and stuff? What are he in prison for? I'm not understanding. I thought he was living a life out here. I thought he was doing big things. I thought he had some good things to say and he was doing good stuff. What happened? How come he ended up in prison? What was that? What is that about? I'm almost done now. But you know, I'm not gonna I wasn't gonna make my husband wait on me to go to the gym. You know, like that's kind of like, nah, I ain't gonna do that to him. If he wanna go to the gym, bye, sir. You know, see ya. Wouldn't wanna be ya, because at the end of the day, I'll go for a walk. Like you ain't saying nothing. Like I'll definitely walk it out real quick. What time is it? Nah, it's too late for me to go for a walk now. Yeah, I gotta fix this one. Yeah, but what he in prison for? When you get a moment, please share. Cause sir. So have you read this book? I don't know if you know who Robert Greene is, but he got some pretty good books. The first book I ever read from him was The Art of Seduction. And then I read the 48 Laws of Power, which is like the techniques that like I saw that the Kingdom Hall was using and stuff on the people there. Which I felt bad for the people because there's nice people. You know what I'm saying? They're nice people, easily manipulated. This is, and I'm just not one of those people. I'm not easily manipulated. I'm going to call out the nonsense. Like, don't tell me that you want me to preach, but I can only preach in certain areas. Like, that don't even make sense. And then you want to say, oh, it's just so we can have order and we can know who went where and who did what. Like, what? That's not a reasonable answer to me. You know what I'm saying? And I find myself to be quite reasonable. Regardless of what anybody else think, I think I'm reasonable. So it's like, you know, you're not going to just tell me anything and think that that's supposed to fly with me because of who? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you? I already got my argument down packed. As soon as me and God got to talk about something, I got you. I already know exactly what I'm about to say and everything. Excuse me, God. Didn't you say that I should not be trusting these people down here? So that's exactly what I did not do. I did not trust nobody. You can't be mad at me for that, sir. I only trusted in you. And that's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be mad at me for following the word, for following what you had said to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I already know God is reasonable. So the fact that he's reasonable will also lead me to believe that he knows that we did not ask to be here. So whatever's going on while we're here, I mean, guess we just a victim of our circumstances. And he's a loving God, so I can't see him doing anything that is not loving. Because to send me to hell, which I don't even believe hell is a place, I believe it's a state of mind. And it's pretty deep because I never even seen the word hell in the Bible one time. I seen the word Gehenna, and I seen the lake of fire, but I never seen the word hell in there. So I said, yeah, these people down here making stuff up, sir. They making stuff up, God, and you want me to trust them? I think's not. You said not to trust them, so that was my first cue. As soon as I seen them making stuff up about where we going if we don't listen, like, come on, that's not even. So, and then also, I'm gonna be like, too, you told me not to operate in a spirit of fear because where fear is, love cannot exist. Let's go. And if I'm scared to go to hell, then what is we doing? You know what I'm saying? Why would I be afraid to go somewhere that I'm just gonna say it doesn't exist? It's not, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Nobody going there. Why would we be going somewhere like that? To burn forever? I don't believe that. It's not gonna happen. You know, when you go, if you go to the lake of fire, you will just no longer exist anymore. And that's what I believe, you know. It's like a symbol for not existing anymore. Like, I'm not gonna lie, some of the stuff that Jehovah's Witnesses taught was like on point, but some of it wasn't though. Like, and then I'd be wrong if I said something about it. And they would treat me like you're not qualified to say what's right and what's wrong or this and that and the third. But the thing about it is, when you read a scripture in the Bible, it could mean one thing to you and mean something else to somebody else because of the understanding that God has allowed you to have. So some people think that we supposed to all follow after somebody else's understanding, and I think's not. Because if you raggedy in real life and you do dirt in real life and your spirit is not where it's supposed to be, when you read something, it could come off in a way that's not meant for me. It might come off in a way that's meant for you because your spirit is not allowing you to see it in a way that I would see it, because you might be off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be off for real. Like, I don't know. But that's just what I think, because I don't trust people more than... I don't trust people because the way they show up is the way they want you to see them. You're not going to see the real them. That's just the truth right there. Like, it be stuff that I be doing that is like, you know... But it's not a lot of stuff. It's probably like one or two things. I'm just being honest. And it ain't nothing that's too crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might... a lot of it got to do with my mouth. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'll say something that probably I shouldn't say. But, you know, I really don't be caring what people think, too. That's the next part. So, yeah. But, yeah, I've been on a live for like a hot minute. So, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to my live. Thank you for supporting me. Like, I don't have any moderators or nothing like that because I really believe in free speech. I really believe that people can come and say whatever they want to say. I can just ignore it. It's okay. I don't be bothered by too much stuff that much. Like, he studied mind control and had about a 10-year run making the men in your camp swallow your download is crazy. Swallow your download? He studied mind control. Oh, yes. So psychology is like the front door of mind control. Like, psychology, like in the Robert Greene books, that's like scratching at the little surface of mind control. I believe in that stuff. Like, it's real. Oh, trust me, it's very real. Like, telepathy and stuff like that is real. These is like all gifts from God, like knowledge from God. Like, okay, so if you watch patterns and stuff, you'll be able to tell the future. You can tell the future if you watch patterns. If you watch a person's patterns closely, you can tell. So, for example, when I saw, for example, when I saw Cardi B with Stephon Diggs, baby, girl, I already knew she was going to end up one of his baby mom. You see what I'm saying? They're going to patterns. He got how many kids, how many baby moms? Like, I don't know. It's stuff like that. It's little stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, a person that constantly lies. They have a pattern of lying. So you know that they probably will end up lying to somebody that they really care about and end up probably ruining a future relationship that they have from lying. It's just something, it's like a pattern. You just see the patterns, especially when you see somebody that they don't apply themselves in ways like, so, okay, for example, you could tell a taker because you could tell somebody a taker because they will be the type of person who never gives. That's a pattern of a taker. Never really gives, or gives bare minimum to receive maximum amount. You get what I'm saying? They'll do stuff like come up with excuses to not give. You know, like, you could just tell certain things like behaviors and stuff, you know? Like, I don't know. It's a little difficult to describe, but I'm sure you probably understand what I'm saying. 10 years. So he had a cult. See, a lot of people too, one thing about these cults out here, a lot of things are cults, but some people don't register it as a cult. And this is how powerful the human mind is, right? Something is true if you believe that it is true. It doesn't matter if somebody else believes that it's true. As long as you believe that it's true, it's true. You see, the power of the human mind is quite interesting to me too. I look at stuff like that. I really do. I really look at stuff like that. Like, so if you look up the definition of a cult, it has religious in it. It has religion in the definition of the word cult. Ain't that crazy? And then people think that they go into church to serve God, but are you really going to serve a deity that does not need your worship? I ain't want to hit him in the head with it. I ain't want to do it. Just saying. Or are you going to serve the pastor's needs at the church? What would you be going to the church for? Especially when the Bible say he does not dwell in no one place, in no house, in no building. You see what I'm saying? But see, you gotta be an avid reader of your scriptures to catch that one. Because if anybody got one for me, if somebody got something for me, I got one just for them. Because they'll say something about there's like, I've seen things in the Bible about homosexuality, but I'm going to give you one. All right. Jesus never said anything about homosexuality. Jesus never said it. And if you really want to get into it deeply, the people who wrote the Bible were imperfect men. But the scriptures say that the Bible is the inspired word of God. So let's be technical here. Let's be absolutely politically correct and technical. It is not the literal word of God, right? It is inspired. So for example, right? Somebody could show me an inspiration of nails and I can try to do it the way that they showed me the inspiration pic, but that does not necessarily mean that I'm going to get it word for word. So when I go and I read the Bible, I always keep a couple things in mind. The men that wrote the Bible were imperfect. Jesus was the only perfect man that ever lived on the planet. So I always remember that these men were still imperfect no matter what. Like, we got to look at them kind of like the leaders at the spiritual leaders of other places too, because they're giving you words that sound good. But there is still like, I feel like when anybody say anything, they're not really telling the whole story to a degree, or they don't know the whole story. You know what I'm saying? Because not one time in that Bible did anybody ever say, and I've read it a couple times, not one time did anybody ever say, well, God knew that you were imperfect when you were born and that you didn't ask to be here, which is 100% a fact. That's a fact, but nobody said it in there. But they did say things like, oh, how can you try to pull the splint out of your brother's eye when you have a rafter in yours? That was one of the scriptures that stuck with me so hard that it let me know you need to be in a neutral type of state when you're dealing with your brothers and sisters. You see what I'm saying? No matter what somebody chooses to do with their life, that's their business. And you got something going on in your life that you need to fix. So why are you trying to worry about what somebody else got going on in their life? So I have came to that understanding based off that scripture. You see what I'm saying? Like, how could somebody come and try to lead me and tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing when They're not perfect. Basically, is what that scripture is saying. You're going to try to pull out a splint out of somebody's eye. You got a rafter in your own eye, but you don't even realize you got the rafter in your own eye. It's quite deep to me. That was like touching. I was like, deep, deep, deep. So like when the Jehovah's Witnesses was like, oh, well, you need to try to preach the word to other people. And I'm like, then wouldn't that make me a hypocrite of some sort, of some type? You know what I'm saying? Well, it was little stuff like that. I was just like, yeah, I just kept getting woke up from this stuff, these systems. You know what I'm saying? Yep, the plank. Yep, it's the plank. Yep. Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, I just kept getting woke up from stuff that I'm like, yeah, this is not, I don't know. I think the only thing that I could do is just use the Bible as like a type of guideline, and stuff like that. And in a way that I feel like is meant for me spiritually, because it's different. I think it's different for other people. I think it's different for people, you know? I think it's different for other people. Some people are afraid of the words in there and stuff like that. That's why they never get too deep into it. They see how other people worship and other people practice Christianity and stuff like that. And you know, one thing I never seen, I don't think I seen either, was Christian in the Bible. I don't think I ever seen that word Christian. I never seen Christmas in there either. So, you know, I be looking at little stuff like that too. And I'm like, well, So, okay though, you know. But, yeah, I definitely believe in the Most High God. And I believe that he gave us portions of his power split between a man and a woman. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think that the Most High God has the power to create life on his own. But as us human beings, he gave us the same power, but he gave it to us in a way that we have to have two people in order to do it. We need two people to equal his one divine power of some sort. I really can't, I haven't figured it out yet, but I think about stuff like this. I just be thinking about it like it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like he not gonna give one person the power to do everything that he can do, but he'll split it between two people. I mean, that's why we can kind of create life. I always thought that like the human anatomy, like the private areas of the human anatomy, was some type of portal of some sort. Because you have to remember, it's coming out of the human body that his Holy Spirit breathed air into. And then once it comes out, it can create a life. You know, it's pretty deep. Like, it's so deep. But yeah, like I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. I gotta go and finish the front of my hair in the bathroom, and I gotta use the bathroom too. I got a lot going on, so you know. Yeah, thank you. It's been a pleasure too. I'm gonna go check out some of your stuff on your page and stuff. I'm gonna let you know my thoughts and stuff. Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice. You know, we all here to help each other, honestly. All right, Sophie, can you try to relax, please? But yeah, all right, Sophie, for real, chill. Come here, Pookie. All right, can you just be quiet? Thank you. But yeah, well, I thank you for acknowledging me. We meant to help each other. We meant to spread love, knowledge, wealth, all of that stuff. Real wealth is health. Let's go. And yeah, you stay blessed. I'm gonna check out your page. Thank you everybody who watched the live, gave a thumbs up and everything. Talk to you guys later.